You got to experience it, first of all. If you've driven the 17, the 18 is just incredible.
If they even like the Crosstrek before, they're going to fall in love with this one.
I'm kind of tough to impress. I'm a car guy. I know everything out there. I've driven quite a few of them, and I was impressed. So
I think one of the biggest questions we get is about a power driver's seat and the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Those are two features that are nice to have.
The X mode, just the way it gripped going up that hill was really impressive.
The interior to me is so much bigger.
I just thought the steering just seems like it's grips and it's just so much easier. So that's what I loved about it.
Welcome to Subaru's Reaching for the Stars training broadcast for the 2018 Subaru Crosstrek.
Take a look at the bottom of the screen where you can download additional materials that you can print out and use to help you present and sell the new Crosstrek.
Should you have a question, just type it into the Q&A box on the screen and one of our Crosstrek experts will answer you immediately.
At the conclusion of the broadcast, you'll be able to take a short quiz that could earn you significant Ascent cash.
So the first section we're talking about is differentiating Crosstrek. So some of the major points for distinct personality, you want to think about, it's obviously a more off-road capable vehicle. We have, as we said, we know it's a raised suspension, 8.7 inches of ground clearance, so we can add that to the family just like Outback, Forester, and now Crosstrek. One neat thing is we'll talk a lot today about X mode and hill descent control. You'll actually experience that firsthand. Some folks have never experienced that firsthand, so you'll be happy to do that. And overall, the look of the vehicle, the way it sits, its presence is an off-road sport utility look saying adventure. Definitely inside and outside unique features and a different driving experience. Exterior design, I guess one word I could say is more aggressive. I think a more cohesive design. We spent a lot of time and money taking this vehicle to the next level. We'll talk more about that through the day. And if you look at dimensions, it's a little bit bigger. It is based on that new Subaru Global platform that we started off. The first vehicle we had, that was the Impreza, obviously. But you can see the wheelbase, 1.2 inches longer. Might not seem like a lot, but in a vehicle, that makes a difference, especially with interior room. It is about a half an inch, a little bit more than half an inch longer, and almost an inch wider. Same height overall, though.
So the new foundation, global platform, it allows us to, it's like building a house. If you don't have a great foundation, no matter how great the rest of the house is, it's not a solid house. Same thing with a car. With this Crosstrek, we have a new global platform. It allows us flexibility. It also has been designed for longevity because Subaru customers keep their vehicles for quite a while. So we wanted to make sure we do that. The other thing about this platform that's really nice, it'll be able to be the platform for an Impreza Crosstrek size vehicle all the way up to an Ascent. So even the biggest Subaru that's going to come out will still be based off of the same global platform. So it's stronger but lighter. So we're always trying to make vehicles lighter because of fuel economy. We're using high tensile steel with this vehicle. So that high tensile steel allows us to have a stronger vehicle. We reinforced the cage. If you take a look here, let me go back one. All these areas right here have been reinforced to be even stronger to make that occupant safer as possible in the vehicle. We talked about the durability and the longevity. Those things have been built into it as well. And we have a new welding and adhesive process that will help with noise, vibration, and harshness as well with the new Crosstrek. Each year, the government comes out with new safety standards and new tests. A few years ago, they came off with an offset test. So rather than just crash the cars head on, it's an offset test that allows you to see what's the impact if the cars don't hit directly head on. Well, this new global platform allows us to meet those new standards by modifying it without having to build a whole new platform to meet those new standards. So we think we'll continue to have our high safety, 5 stars, top safety pick plus I think that's the way they do it these days. So we'll be able to hit all of those with this new Crosstrek with the global platform.
A lot of spot welds are replaced with structural adhesive. That's actually stronger than a weld and really reduces vibrations and rattles. And throughout these vehicles, especially the premium and limited model, have much more insulation than in the past. So if you haven't been in it yet, when you drive it today, just take a second and maybe close the windows as you're driving if they're open, and just listen how quiet it is when you're driving around. Especially in the rear passenger area, if you happen to be sitting in the rear seats, we have a lot more sound insulation in the rear seat area than ever before. So again, taking this car up a notch. Definitely a premium look and premium feel, a premium ownership experience. On the Premium and Limited, it does have sound insulated glass, and that makes a big difference as far as wind noise, keeping outside noise out. Advanced lighting systems. You can see in this photo here, like I said, it's very aggressive. That's the Limited, so that's your LED, which has low and high beam LED, and with the lights out, and even if you had the running lights on, you have that signature Hawkeye with the C shape here, and it's almost black looking, so very distinctive, kind of mean and aggressive, which is good. Looks like it means business. And usually something like that, LED lights, that not only have the benefit of being LED, shining brighter, shooting farther down the road, but also LED lights last longer than a halogen bulb. They're also steering responsive headlights, like we've seen in other vehicles that we make in the touring and the higher levels. This Limited has standard LED, low and high beam, and they're steering responsive also, so standard equipment. Exterior design features definitely distinctive. If you look at that front end, it is quite a bit different than it used to be. And besides especially in the Limited, the LED lights on that vehicle, I think give a very aggressive look. And as people come to expect that have known the Crosstrek, it continues with the lower body cladding, the rocker protection below, all the black trim pieces, and dramatic cut lines more so on these wheel arch protection than we've had before, but a lot of extra tough protection around the front, rocker panels, around the wheels, and at the back, really just to keep little chips and bruises and things like that for doing some off-roading, light off-roading, keeping your car looking nice. Standard roof rails, that's all the way across from the 2.0i Crosstrek base to the Limited. Next thing I think most people notice, in fact, the original Crosstrek, the first generation, I think we started this trend, now everyone follows it, is that blacked out alloy wheel. That's standard. You can see there's two choices now. For the first time on the Limited, you get an 18-inch wheel. So you can see a 225 width, a 55 aspect ratio, so a little bit lower profile than the 17-inch, that's standard. So the base and the premium get more of a straight spoke, and the Limited gives you that more of a buzzsaw look, I call it. Unique colors. Again, it's a younger demographic we're going after, so as in the past, we've seen the flashier colors in the Crosstrek because it's meant for that younger buyer. So you're going to continue that with this vehicle. The orange is back. It's called Sunshine Orange. A little different tint than it was before. And then we have a new color, cool gray khaki. You'll see that outside if you haven't seen it already, but a very unique color and something new for us. The cool thing here is that those two colors, along with your typical silver, blue, white, black, are available in every, whether it's a base or Limited. It's not just relegated to one type of trim level. Revised heating and cooling systems. With the brand new Impreza changeover, we started to really work on doing a better job of getting AC and heat to the footwell area. So we have different improved ductwork. A lot of people with the prior generation complained that their feet were cold or never got warm enough. So we've changed the ducting. This is a big one. We have a driver's seat with power on it and a Limited. So a 6-way power seat, and obviously adding that luxury touch. So there it is, 55.3 cubic feet. So another benefit of that Subaru global platform is it does allow for a little larger vehicle and more usable space on the inside.
Okay, here we have the Crosstrek Conundrum, and it's a three-dimensional puzzle. And if you have a look on the table behind me, you can see all the items there. They actually fit together and fit into the trunk of the 2018 Crosstrek. So much easier to load because you've got a wider, square aperture to load the luggage into. A really good space inside. All these fit together, and they come up to the top of the seat, the top of the window level. You'll be amazed.
It's pretty amazing seeing all these big blocks sitting on a table. and then actually fitting all of them into the back of this car. You really don't think it's gonna happen.
Another thing that differentiates it from the Impreza lineup is that, as you can see here, it's a 6-speed manual if you go for the manual option. So we have an enhanced 6-speed, giving that extra tall 6-speed gear for better cruising on the highway, helping with fuel economy once again. And this is standard equipment, the 6-speed manual on the base and the premium. The limited is a CVT standard is the way the limited comes. You cannot get a 6-speed in the limited. And it's a great vehicle, especially for a newer driver. Some of these folks might be first time they drive a stick, or maybe their first car. But don't forget to tell customers about the Subaru Incline Start Assist. So if you're driving a stick, as long as you're on an incline and you come to a stop, put the brakes on, and it will hold the brakes while you let go to the clutch and the gas to start off in first gear for a moment, a little bit more than a second. But very, very comforting when you're learning how to drive a stick. You don't have that rollback down the hill before you engage first. So a nice thing to always talk about. And this is standard equipment, the 6-speed manual on the base and the premium. The limited is a CVT standard is the way the limited comes. You cannot get a 6-speed in the limited. But just to briefly look at it, you probably know this already, but the CVT, instead of using gears to shift, it's using pulleys that change shape with a very heavy-duty multi-link chain. So if you think about it in your head, it's kind of like 4 or 5 chains on a bike put together side by side, almost as thick as a belt you'd be wearing. And what we've done to enhance this is we've created a shorter pitch CVT chain. Shorter pitch just means instead of the link being this long, they shorten the link. So all that does is make it able to wrap around the pulley tighter to give you a lower first gear, virtual gear. So you have a wider spread. In fact, when you have the CVT, Linetronic CVT, and you have the premium or the limited with paddle shifters, it actually has 7 gears you can choose from manually. Speaking of CVT, we have 2 different looks for the shifter gate. On the Crosstrek base, you can see it says park, reverse, neutral, drive, and then L. L is for low. The difference is once you get into the Crosstrek Premium or Limited, M instead of L, manual mode. So a lot of people don't use their paddle shifters. If you're selling, you know that. They don't usually use that, but you definitely want to show them before they go home, because manual mode is different from the D mode. Once you put that into manual, it actually holds shifts like you're driving a stick shift. So if you have it in first and you put it in the manual mode, it's going to stay in first until you hit a paddle to take it to second.
Now we're going to go into the X mode with hill descent control, which you may be familiar with your time in our Outback and Forester models. This is the first time we're offering it on the Crosstrek, our entry-level crossover. And it does quite a few things for our customers, but we're going to talk about some of the limitations, how to demo it, and really when your customers should be using this feature, because it is something that the customer has to select and turn on in the vehicle. It's not always on. And this is what they're going to see in the instrument panel, for example, when they do select the X mode with hill descent control. They're going to see these images come on, and that indicates that the system is now working. It is designed for those low speed traction and low traction situations. So for example, loose surfaces or deep snow like we get in this part of the country would be a great time to use X mode. And then hill descent control is going to utilize the VDC, the traction control and all-wheel drive systems and powertrains to regulate speed on downhill situations. It is important to note that X mode is only available on the CVT equipped, so not your 6-speed manual Crosstreks. X mode is designed to work at speeds up to 12 miles an hour, so above that speed it is not selectable on the button on the center console that you see indicated here. So no risk of engaging it at higher speeds and potentially doing damage to the vehicle. You don't have to worry about that. And it will operate once selected up to around 18 miles an hour. And at speeds beyond that, the system will disengage. It's important to note that the vehicle has to be in good condition, right, for this to work. So tire wear and things like that are all going to impact how this system performs. And again, it pulls together all of those systems to work together. So if there is a malfunction indicator light on the dash for the check engine light, the transmission, or VDC, the system will not operate, much like our driver assist technology in the vehicle. So that third bullet is the most important one, right? We shouldn't be demoing this on public roads. It's designed to work at low speeds. I'd hate to be demonstrating this at 12 miles an hour with a tractor trailer bearing down on me, right? So this is something you're gonna wanna try to find a spot on the lot, right? If you've got some space or maybe a steep drive that you can demonstrate this, the decline feature on the vehicle, or maybe come wintertime when we've got big piles of snow piled up all over the place, you know, that would be a good opportunity to demonstrate xDrive, but certainly not something that we wanna do on public streets.
So this exercise here we call peak performance, and as you can see, it's a ramp at a fairly steep angle. Now the idea of this is to demonstrate X mode. And what we've done to make it even more interesting is we've added some rollers in. We're going to position the vehicle on the roller so there are two wheels, one back wheel, one front wheel on the roller, stationary, and then we're going to get you to drive up. So the wheels that are on the roller will start to spin a little bit because they've got no traction. The wheel sensor picks up the wheel spin, applies the brake gently to the spinning wheels, which sends the power then to the other two wheels that have got the traction, and the vehicle will then move up the hill.
You can hear wheels spinning when you're on the rollers, but you're not falling back, you're edging forward. Confidence.
For me, we live in the snow belt, so I'm going to be able to use X mode to sell that, and the fact that we have a lot of hills and crazy icy streets around us, to be able to tell customers how to use that to stay safe, even when their eyesight features are shut down.
So on the down ramp, we've set it at an even steeper angle, and the idea of this is to show the hill descent control portion of X mode. So when the vehicle comes over the top, the nose is going to point down slightly. The driver trainer is going to tell the driver to remove his foot from the brake pedal, don't touch the gas pedal, and obviously gravity takes over. But what then happens is the vehicle determines the speed that you come down, and it's going to very slowly control the vehicle, applying the brakes on and off, so that the vehicle comes down, as you can see, in a really controlled descent.
I'd say it definitely inspires confidence, and you know, puts that notion in the back of your head that if you ever do get in any kind of these situations, that you're covered.
How can you do this back at the dealership? What I have done myself is I proved it in multi-storey car parks. You get some of these that are quite steep as they come down. Perfect place to demonstrate hill descent control to the customer.
Okay, here's our first quiz. Click the quiz button to begin.
So relating to transmissions, a lot of the transmissions, whether it's a manual and especially a CVT, has a lot to do with your fuel economy. So here's what we have for 2018 Crosstrek. 33 miles to the gallon is the ultimate on the Lineatronic equipped vehicle. So you can see 27 in the city, 33 miles per gallon on the highway. And a 6-speed, and here's why a lot of 6 speeds don't exist anymore, or 5 speeds, you can see it's not quite 33. So that CVT is always a more efficient transmission. It gets better fuel economy, no matter how good you are at shifting gears. Another thing differentiating Crosstrek from the Impreza is a larger fuel tank. So you can see 16.6 gallons. I want to make a note. You might have been expecting a little bit more on the fuel economy, but guess what? The EPA just changed their testing cycles again for 2018. So every one of the competitors is going to go backwards from what they were last year. So it's even harder to get to 33, 34, 35. But 33, you're going to find out, is best in class. So that's still an amazing fuel economy rating. And even maybe more important than that is the range. So if you look at your window sticker on a brand new Crosstrek, you'll see range here, 481 miles, so almost 500 miles with a tank of fuel. That's pretty significant. And so that combination of 33 miles per gallon and a bigger gas tank gives you almost a 500-mile range. Other performance enhancements are drivetrain. On the drivetrain topic, of course, we have symmetrical all-wheel drive, which the competition doesn't have, so make sure you always talk about symmetrical all-wheel drive. And like you've known before, if you're shifting the vehicle yourself, it has continuous all-wheel drive. We now have added active torque vectoring. First came out on STI and then started coming out at other models. Every single Crosstrek, because it's meant to be, again, an all-around vehicle, especially a little bit more off-road capable, and active torque vectoring helps you off-road and off-road, is standard on every Crosstrek. So really what it does is a momentary application of a brake on an inside wheel. So as you're going around a corner, in this example, if you're coming around this corner and trying to stay on this blue line, but maybe you're hitting this corner harder than you should, and your car's starting to push out and understeer, it will momentarily put the brakes on the inside wheel and kind of rotate you around and put you back on that blue path. And it's not something you turn on, it's automatic. And it's really something on a test drive, a customer's not going to feel it engaged. They're going to walk away going, wow, I would have never thought. I thought it would be in the weeds going around that off-ramp or on-ramp. I never thought that car could take that corner. Another differentiator on this is a raised, as we talked about, suspension. So besides being raised, it's 8.7 ground clearance. And sometimes it's kind of hard to appreciate that. You'll do that in a moment outside when you drive the vehicle. We'll have a little obstacle for you. But take a look at how much space is under that vehicle. It's pretty amazing looking at that shot right there. So it's a little wider stance. Suspension is raised from what it was before. And very important if you want to call yourself a sport utility vehicle. So what is Stablix? It is just, as a term that we use at Subaru, but really to tell a customer, it simply means kind of top of the line suspension. So it's going to give you a more refined ride on and off road, a better absorption of bumps.
So what we have here is a very tight autocross that we've set out so that we can demonstrate just how agile the vehicle is. So we're thinking about that revised electronic power steering. It's got a quicker turn, lock to lock, the new global platform which keeps everything stable. It would be easy for you guys to demonstrate this in a smaller way to your customer back at the shop, so that you could show just how agile and nimble the 2018 new Crosstrek is.
The steering's a lot easier, it's a lot smoother, a lot more fluid. You didn't have body roll before, but you still don't, but the suspension is way more comfortable. It feels like it's handling the corners a lot better than it did before. The thing I love about the Crosstrek is that it's the size of a small hatchback, it handles like a small hatchback, but it has the utilitarianness of having a little more ground clearance and being able to go a couple more places you wouldn't normally.
The inside still blows me away, and especially in this competition, the competitive class, they don't have the details that this vehicle has. Everything from that wraparound dash to the stitching everywhere, just very, very, very well done. I don't know if you're aware, but Ward's is a company that kind of rates engines and engineering in cars. The Impreza, which is very similar to this interior, that's a top 10 interior in the world for 2017. So we spent tons of time in R&D and engineering to really give this person that buys a Crosstrek, you know, best in class, probably above class interior. So a quick overview of the amazing Starlink multimedia systems. Now we have the Harman head units. So we chose Harman because they were in Highline vehicles and had very, very satisfied customers when they did J.D. Power surveys on how they liked their systems. So the 8-inch display is available on the Limited. The Premium and Base have the 6.5-inch version of the Harman system. But the biggest and most important thing is the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. As you guys know, selling the vehicles day to day. So the top line, the Harman Kardon. So you add Kardon to Harman. Kardon is talking about the amplifier and the speaker system on top of the head unit. So it's 432 watts, 8-speaker system like you're familiar with in other vehicles, but that is only available on the Limited with the navigation package. So it is the top of the line system. Other vehicles, there is going to be an accessory Rockford Fosgate system, like you've probably seen in the past. But if you want that 432 watt, 8-speaker, high output Harman Kardon amplifier and speakers, that's in the Limited with the navigation package. And so important to note there. And then a little bit about Starlink telematics or Starlink safety and security services. The base vehicle does not have the telematic, the AT&T cell phone built into the vehicle. You can tell that real quick when you get up. You can look for the red and blue buttons. You're not going to see it on a base. But the Premium and Limited have that standard. So very important to just continue to talk that up.
Okay, so driver assist technologies. So if you were looking at this list 5 years ago, they probably were just starting to talk about eyesight. None of the other stuff was on this list. So the amount of technology that's been added to our vehicles over the last 5 years, it's grown tremendously. And that makes a challenge for you, but it makes our customers happy. So lane keep assist with lane departure prevention. The first thing to tell a customer is it's designed to put you back in the lane if you unintentionally are drifting out of your lane. And we do it mildly, so don't freak them out by thinking it's going to jerk them back in the lane. It just gently puts you back in the lane.
And there are certain environments where it's designed to work and it's best for customers to make use of it. So you can see it indicated on the slide there, the image. It's selectable on the right spoke of the steering wheel. It's designed to work at speeds over 40 miles an hour. So we're going to think about, highway situations. Cruising is really the ideal situation to be using lane keep assist. Here's an image of what it looks like in the instrument panel when the customer turns it on. So you can see the icon in the upper right-hand corner. Right, so at this time, it's actually providing steering input on the vehicle. That's how we know it's on. What color would it be if the system was just on? That's right, it's going to be white. And those two white lines, what does that indicate? EyeSight has actually identified the lines on the road to be able to provide that sort of assistance to the driver. So those come on independently. So if, for example, we had a worn line on the right-hand side, that white line, and the EyeSight cameras couldn't identify it, it wouldn't be visible on here and wouldn't be able to provide an assistance on that side of the road. So it's important for your customers to understand what they see in the instrument panel and when that system is able to provide them with that level of assistance. And this actually, the statement that you see here is a good one to use with your customers to describe how lane keep assist with lane departure prevention is intended to work. Again, lane keep assist, some of the limitations to the feature, again, it needs to be used at speeds over 40 miles an hour, so again, intended for those highway situations. It's going to tell you to put your hands back on the wheel. After a couple warnings, it's actually going to disable the feature. It's not intended to be autopilot. This is not autonomous driving. That's kind of a buzzword in the industry right now. This is intended to be a driver assist. And as with any of the EyeSight-based driver assist technologies, it's relying on the camera's visibility. So in situations of dense fog, direct sunlight with glare, things like that, it's not going to operate at its best. The ideal place to demonstrate this would be on a lightly traveled freeway or highway. Again, something where you can get up to the speeds where this system is designed to work without too much curve in the road, right? So that you can give your customers an opportunity, again, with hands on the wheel, to feel that input. Of course, you can steer through it. And it does respond to the turn signal being indicated. That's an indication that the customer is making a voluntary change in lane, and the system won't engage in that situation. Next up is reverse automatic braking. This uses 4 ultrasonic sensors on the rear of the vehicle, and its goal is to identify objects in a short range, which we'll go into in just a moment, and will provide automatic braking on behalf of the customer. So this is a statement which you could use to describe how the system is intended to perform to your customers. So here's where those sensors are located. It's important to note that it's not designed to pick up objects below the level of the sensors, right? So a bicycle laying down on the ground, any low objects, it's not intended to pick those up. Has anybody experienced this thus far? Right? Experienced a 1 mile? It's pretty abrupt, right? So it can startle your customer if they're not accustomed to experiencing it. It is something that you can demonstrate. We recommend it with like a traffic cone in a parking lot environment, again, low speeds. It is designed to work at speeds up to 9 miles an hour. Though for demonstrating it, we recommend speeds less than 5 miles an hour. Right, 9 miles an hour in reverse is flying, right? And at those speeds, right, when you start to get up close to 9 miles an hour, it's going to mitigate the impact, right? It's going to reduce the severity of it. But generally at speeds less than 5 miles an hour, it's going to avoid a collision altogether based on the traction available at that time. So this is a good couple notes to jot down with regard to some of the specifications for when you get that real engineer type customer. So it's designed to identify objects anywhere from about 20 inches to about 5 feet behind the vehicle. And the overall width is only about 6 inches wider than the vehicle itself. Right? So we're talking about a very small range behind the rear of the vehicle. That's why it reacts so quickly. Unlike some of the other systems which we're accustomed to from Crosstrek and some of the other models like rear cross traffic alert and blind spot detection, which use a different set of sensors to identify objects much farther behind the vehicle and further to the side. How many of us have seen this vehicle in our service departments, right? So with these advancements in driver assist technology, it actually becomes important for us to advise our customers on the placement of things like bumper stickers, right? Because the buildup of ice, snow, mud, or the application of stickers on the rear of the vehicle can actually impact how these systems perform. So we want to keep stickers away from areas where those sensors reside, as well as those rear cross traffic and blind spot detection sensors that I mentioned, which though wasn't equipped on the vehicle that you see indicated here, those sensors would be located behind the bumper skin and just below the tail lights on either side of the vehicle. So we generally would just want to keep stickers, things like that, out of that area. When should your customers be using it? Again, it engages each time the customer selects reverse, and the idea is to prevent a collision with a stationary object. The nice feature about the reverse automatic braking is it does not rely on cameras like eyesight. So in low light situations, this system is able to perform where the camera may not be providing good visibility to the customer. The reverse automatic braking sensors are using that ultrasonic technology. So they're able to see objects and still apply the brakes.
Another photo there of the LED steering responsive headlights. Just what I want to add, we've talked about that already, but on the Limited, remember steering responsive headlights are standard, and also standard on the Limited when you have the eyesight package is the high beam assist, and that is part of the driver assist technology on the Limited only. Some additional driver assist technologies we want to talk about is we know blind spot detection, rear cross traffic alert. Those are kind of save your butt features. So I rely on those probably too much, because if I switch to another car that I have that I don't have it, I forget to check lanes because I'm waiting for the lights to light up. So be careful. But we've moved it to the housing instead of the mirror glass. So that's just much more apparent and definitely get your attention quicker than being in the glass. So that's a running change. You'll see that coming out with other models that we will release. And reverse automatic braking, that's going to be with the eyesight package on the Limited only. You can't get it on the Premium, so note that. So one thing we want to talk about is that the feature content varies quite a bit when you talk about what comes with the eyesight package, whether you're looking at a limited or premium. So we'll reinforce that through the day. So with that, we're going to watch a video here, and it has 1 or 2 accessories.
The Subaru Crosstrek is the perfect blend of off-road capability and practicality, and lets you live a big life without making a big impact on the environment. That means you can feel good about going new places and experiencing new adventures. Let your Crosstrek take you even further with genuine Subaru accessories, perfect for life on the go. Genuine Subaru accessories are engineered to the same rigorous standards as the rest of the vehicle. That's why every genuine Subaru accessory is backed by the balance of the vehicle's 3-year or 36,000-mile limited warranty of an original purchaser's limited lifetime warranty for our lifestyle accessories by Thule. Take a short journey with us now as we explore some of the most popular accessories that are available for the Subaru Crosstrek. Give your Crosstrek a great look and protect it from parking lot mishaps at the same time. Color matched to coordinate with the styling of the vehicle. Attractive, genuine Subaru body side molding help to protect doors from unsightly dings. Preserve and improve the appearance of the Crosstrek. Outfit it with custom-fit, color-matched stainless steel door edge guards that help protect door edges from dings and chips, all while seamlessly blending into the door design. Go anywhere, anytime with peace of mind. Protect the paint finish of the Crosstrek from stones and road grime with genuine Subaru splash guards. This accessory comes as a set of 4. Want to roll down the windows without having to worry about the weather? Outfit the Crosstrek with genuine Subaru side window deflectors that let fresh air in while helping to keep the elements out. May not be legal in all states. Please check the laws of your state. Keep the interior of the Crosstrek looking new while you pack the back with everything from gear to groceries. The genuine Subaru cargo tray helps protect the trunk area from stains, dirt, and other messes while providing a service that helps reduce the shifting of cargo while driving. This popular accessory can be easily removed from the vehicle and rinsed clean after any adventure. Need to lower the seats to transport larger cargo? Enjoy additional protection for the rear seatbacks with a rear seatback protector. This accessory is perfect for use in conjunction with the cargo tray. Keep cargo safe and secure with a genuine Subaru cargo cover. This fully retractable, maximum coverage cargo cover keeps items in the back out of sight. Protect the top surface of the rear bumper when loading or unloading the cargo area with the rear bumper cover. Whether you walk through the woods, the dunes, or the city streets, custom-fitted heavy-gauge floor mats help protect the carpet from sand, dirt, and moisture. The all-weather floor mats come in a set of 4 and are not for use on top of carpeted floor mats. Protect eyes from unwanted glare and enjoy the convenience of programming home functions. This very popular upgraded mirror integrates 3 backlit home link buttons that can be programmed to operate most garage doors, security gates, home lighting, and more. It can also let you know if a garage door has been left open or closed, if programmed to a compatible opener featuring 2-way communication. Enhance the auto-dimming mirror experience with the auto-dimming exterior mirror with approach light. When the doors are opened or unlocked with the keyless entry system, LED lights in each exterior mirror help to light the way. Light is cast down from all 4 doors and onto the ground next to and towards the rear of the vehicle. In darkness and when in traffic, the auto-dimming exterior mirrors help add to a safer driving experience by reducing headlight glare on the exterior mirrors. The accessory requires the auto-dimming interior mirror. Experience illumination precision with the LED upgrade for map and dome lights. This upgrade offers brighter, wider, and crisper interior lighting of the map and dome lights to improve visibility inside the Crosstrek. Warm up or cool down the Crosstrek before you even get in it with a remote engine starter. This convenient accessory allows the vehicle to be started from up to 400 feet away, simply by pushing a button. That way, the climate control system has time to make the interior more comfortable before entry. The push-start remote engine starter works in conjunction with the keyless access and start system. Want to amplify any adventure? Enhance your Crosstrek audio system to a new level of sound quality so you not only hear the music, you feel it. The Rockford Fosgate audio upgrade consists of an amplifier, upgraded speakers, and an integrated digital signal processor tuned to align the system to the listener's preference. Give the Subaru Crosstrek a stylish edge and enhanced handling with the Crosstrek Sport Package that includes the STI leather shift knob, STI alloy wheel set, and STI roof spoiler. The STI leather shift knob combines the highest quality materials and eye-catching colors, giving a performance look to the Crosstrek. The STI alloy wheel set, available for 17-inch and 18-inch wheels, helps to give the Crosstrek the perfect blend of attitude and style, combined with improved handling performance and steering precision. This is due to the reduced weight of the alloy when compared to the stock alloy wheels. The wheels are finished in black and finished off with STI branded center caps. The flush-mounted STI rear spoiler adds a sporty touch to the Crosstrek. The spoiler is available in dark gray and includes the STI logo. Tow your gear wherever you like with a genuine Subaru trailer hitch. Rated at 176 pounds tongue weight and 1,500 pounds towing capacity, Subaru hitches are engineered to the same rigorous standards as the rest of the Crosstrek. The complete trailer hitch requires the hitch and harness for proper operation and safety compliance. Add an Aero-style crossbar set to increase the cargo carrying capabilities of the Crosstrek. This accessory may be used with genuine Subaru roof attachments and carriers. Hit the road with all the gear you need for all the adventure you want with genuine Subaru accessories by Thule. The Cargo Carrier by Thule provides 13 cubic feet of lockable storage capacity and features dual-side opening for easier loading and unloading from either side of the vehicle. The low-profile aerodynamic design provides increased garage access without sacrificing box capacity, and the quick grip mounting system allows for an easy, tool-free installation and removal. This accessory is also available in an extended version that provides 17 cubic feet of storage. Increase cargo carrying capability with the Aero Extended Thule Crossbar Set. The crossbars provide a large surface area to mount multiple accessories to the roof of the Crosstrek. The Thule Heavy-Duty Roof Cargo Basket provides additional storage space with easy access to gear of all shapes and sizes. Easily go from 4 wheels to 2 with an accessory bike carrier by Thule. They're easy to install and switch between multiple compatible vehicles. The Thule fork-mounted bike carrier features a sliding rear wheel cradle that moves forward and backwards to securely fit most bikes with up to 2.6-inch wide tires. The low-profile and lightweight aluminum tray is corrosion-resistant to help withstand the elements. Pair the bike wheel holder accessory with this carrier. This allows the bike tire to be mounted to the roof of the vehicle as well. The genuine Subaru roof-mounted bike carrier by Thule fits most 20-inch to 29-inch wheel bikes with tires up to 2.6 inches wide. It features self-adjusting jaws that automatically wrap around the down tube for precise frame hold. Ratcheting straps secure the front and rear wheels. If adventures on the water are your calling, outfit the Crosstrek with a genuine Subaru kayak carrier or paddleboard carrier by Thule. The genuine Subaru kayak carrier features a steel design and adjustable padding to help protect your kayak. The J-style carrier folds down when not in use for increased overhead clearance and improved fuel economy. Transports one kayak up to 36 inches wide and up to 75 pounds. The telescoping design of the paddleboard carrier by Thule provides a custom fit for boards up to 34 inches wide and can hold up to 2 boards. Or, if you want to hit the snow-covered slopes, haul skis or a snowboard with a genuine Subaru ski and snowboard carrier, manufactured by Thule. It holds up to 6 pairs of skis or 4 snowboards securely with ultra-soft rubber arms that grip without scratching surfaces. Thank you for taking the time to explore just some of the many genuine Subaru accessories available to enhance the Subaru Crosstrek. From products that increase comfort and convenience to rugged accessories designed to haul gear wherever you want to go, genuine Subaru accessories are designed with the journey in mind. Make the most of every adventure and keep your Subaru 100% Subaru with genuine Subaru accessories.
We have 5 main competitors that we're going to focus on with this vehicle that we think will be our primary competition. Those are our primary competitors, but there are 16 vehicles that are in this segment right now, and more are coming to this segment. So what started out with maybe 1 or 2 in this segment, we kind of created it. Now we have a lot of competition. Everybody's adding a vehicle, and they're all good vehicles. So I'm not going to tell you that None of these are great product. They're all great products. And that's where we have to show our advantages so that we can sell against them and convince our customers that Subaru Crosstrek is the right choice. We'll start with horsepower. Notice our horsepower. We have more horsepower than the competitors in this segment, our primary competitors. But also take a look at torque. Torque is not listed here, but it's in your book, because most people, when they say they don't have enough power, what do they really want? That bottom end speed. They're merging on the 75. So that's when they judge that they don't have enough horsepower, but it's really torque that they're after. EPA, 160 more miles, 50 more miles in our vehicle versus that Mazda. Higher ground clearance, you experienced that outside, right? The 8.7 inches. Look at our competitors. The only one that comes close or matches it is Jeep when you go with their top of the line Renegade. You can have 4 people in the vehicle and still have clearance out of the back and go to Home Depot and pick up items as well. So we don't sacrifice that cargo space when there's a full allotment of people inside the vehicle. Notice how we compare against our competitors? Again, this Crosstrek wins again, hands down in this area. And finally, safety. Subaru, we never apologize for making sure safety is in every one of our vehicles. In 2017, we had a superior rating, but look at Mazda, the CX-3. 6 out of 6 superior rating. So the competition is not slowing down. They're trying to stay with us as well. So just be careful. There might be some manufacturers that are out there that match what our safety record is, but they won't exceed it. So we're gonna switch gears just a little bit. Surprise and delights. These are the things where are our customers pretty knowledgeable when they walk in the store? Do they think they pretty much know everything that's on this vehicle? So we want you to have a few things that you can talk to them about that they're not familiar with. I think we talked about this a little bit earlier. The fuel level without the key, turn that on, hit the trip button, exactly. The cargo cover, do you show them where they can hide that at? Underneath, exactly. The headlights, automatically they come on when you turn on your wipers. So that's something to show your customer, gives them peace of mind. Because there are a lot of states that require you to have your wipers, if you have your wipers on, have headlights on as well. So we have it covered.
So again, on behalf of Askia, Scott, myself, I want to thank you for being here. We know it's challenging to be out of the store at the end of the month, but I think as you can see from what we've seen today in getting behind the wheel of the 18 Crosstrek and learning about some of the new features, we've got a very, very competitive model. As Scott mentioned, some of the early responses as you start to see them arrive on your lots already have been very, very positive. And we haven't even really started advertising the car yet. So it's no place to go but up from here. So thanks again for your time today. And yeah, we'll see you on the next program.
All right, here's your opportunity to test your knowledge and have a great chance to win a great prize. Click the quiz button to begin. Before you log off, we'd really appreciate you taking the survey by clicking the button below. Your input means a lot to us. Thanks and happy selling.